All right, welcome to Precision Racing League, non-assist league here on the 18th day of April 2012. Qualifying in 9th position. Getting a little better with the setup and driving without all the assist on, as we do on Tuesdays. I believe there's 9 of us here, qualifying 9th. Last 3 guys in the grid there were, I think, 29.2 to 29.9, I think, so we're pretty close here. Again, racing Turkey Istanbul, and we're looking at lap 1 of the start here. Corey's in front of me there. Disco Potato Eric is right next to me. And I lighted up right on the start here. Spin going. Almost clipped the wall there and back out of it. At this point, just trying to maintain. Don't quite have the confidence with no assist as I do with assist, perhaps, but just trying to hang out and see what happens. Working on the setup, so the back end, so it's not so don't have so much oversteer, although you still have to maintain some pretty good throttle control with this Momo wheel. Yeah, almost afraid to step on the full gas right here on that triple apex there, of course, coming into this big left-hander. Just again, trying to keep the roll speed up. At this point, I'm not sure if I should even be racing Corey, because I know he's in for the points. Although I can't help myself. But then I back out of it. Yeah, trying to shift up a little more on those corners there, don't have so much wheel spin. And I think, okay, something happened to the light there. I'm not sure what happened to him. So Michael's off the back here at this point, but he'll catch up in a hurry. Generally, my goal here is just to finish without spinning out too many times, and again, just working on the setup here. Again, logging on about a half hour, 45 minutes before the race. Getting a little better on the setup, a little better driving. Just a little strange when you go from the assist league and you're running traction control. You're able just to mash the pedal down when you want, without the back end slipping out. Just definitely have to drive it. So it's enjoyable from that standpoint. Trying to use some curves there on those slower parts of the track. Got a problem here, just couldn't quite get full throttle here. I felt like the car was sliding a little bit. Found myself actually correcting the turn. You know, you're supposed to be kind of taking that nice left-hand turn. You're not supposed to be correcting it or sawing at the wheel. That's not the best way to do it. At this point, just trying to stay in touch here. Yeah, for some reason the gear was off. You don't really see me wind out the gear here. For some reason okay, some guys go off the track here. It looks like that was Mughal and Mughal, good driving right here. He actually waits. I'm not sure I would be doing that, but that's the rule. There's quite a little pressure when I got Mughal and some faster guys behind me, but just trying to carry on here. Trying to stay in touch with Disco here. Okay, Light is in 9th place there, but he's pulling the fastest lap, so he's on the charge. Yeah, I'm just trying not to spin out here. I'm just very cautious because I know these Dusty and Mughals are behind me, so I don't want to spin out. I'm taking that corner a little slower than I should have. Let me hold those guys up right there. I like this part of the track here, this triple apex, but is that a triple or a quadruple? But boy, you really got to keep a line there. I'm going to keep my eyes moving on the inside of the track there. Yeah, here go a little wide. Dusty goes by. Yeah, you know, for some reason I keep looking at this little track map down here. Okay, I got DRS, so I apply that. See, now I'm winding out, and that's the problem. Is I think I set the gear for DRS, but not for without DRS. So I'm not a little confused about that gearing there. Okay, I punch a hole right here, and I think Google's already said it that I probably went a little too deep. Dusty came over, and I'm feeling bad already because this is what happened yesterday. I tried to take a move on Dusty, and it's just not working out. So at this point, I just realized the race is over. If there was a race, and just going to try to maintain. Of course, quitters never win, so I'm just going to hang in there. You never know; somebody else might fly off the track, somebody might break. So got nothing to lose at this point. Of course, I still get some points, even in ninth, right? Kind of rattled right here. I got to get myself together. What I'm thinking of is, oh boy, I didn't mean to take out Dusty. Like, he's actually always contending for a podium place, and I know that was kind of the end of his race right there. Thanks for winning it. I should be up with those 3 little dots up there, but again, not a bad opener here for me, but just going to keep it together, and opportunity presents itself. I feel I need to press a little bit, and just going to have to learn my lesson. With all the years of experience of racing, I think I would know better, but you still get caught up even in the sim games here. Whether it's sim or whether it's real racing or even RC racing that I'm currently doing. You just can't help but to take advantage of a spot. And, of course, I get a little too anxious right there. That's not helping my cause, so at this point we'll go back to my ninth place spot here. Quite embarrassing. But that's how you learn, right? You got to show up and pay your dues. Okay, so we'll speed it up here just a little bit. So at this point, I think I'm realizing, I think I'm scheduled at like 7 or 8 laps. I'm running options. Qualified in options, and I think at this point I'm reaching for the tires. Realize I have to go. I'm going to do option prime, but realize I need to go to primes right now and stay out as long as possible. Again, once you crack, you're rattled. You just can't even keep it on the track. Okay, so at this point, we'll just speed it up here if we could. I'm trying to keep this a short video. We're going to be on here about 8 minutes already. Let me just speed it up here. So at this point, I'm in 9th, 5th lap. I think we're going on lap number 8. Again, notice the option tires with the yellow stripe, yellow lettering, and I take it in, I think, around lap 7, or 8, rather. Okay, let's rewind it here a little bit. Yeah, this is Corey in the pits right there. So I think if I can get around Corey, again, get around him, get a gap on him, but yet there he is. So at this point I got to turn it up, again using some of the buttons on my Momo wheel to try to do that. Of course I don't want to take my teammate out, since we have team orders. So there we go. Go up to Rich here to see if I can get around him. Now at this point, remember, I'm still on options, and these tires are used up now, so I think I eventually do get around him. And then I spin it again. Yeah, this is, I think, the last season we're running this track. I kind of like this track, actually, but you wouldn't know by my driving. But ultimately, I guess we're not going to be in this. They're not going to be here next year. Hey dear, I should light up here. So at this point I'm going to DRS it, cruise it. A little wide there, but I want to make sure those wheels are pointed straight there before I step on it. So at this point, I get around Corey, thinking, okay, if I can do a couple more laps here, get a gap on him, and if I get a few more laps, I think he's doing the same amount of pit stops. I think everybody was doing at least 2 pit stops, right? I don't think he'd last if he did 1. Again, tire roll 50%. You got to come in for, yeah, right there. So I spin it. So any advantage I had over Corey for placing, I just gave away again. Of course, you can't really spin twice in, you know, one race and expect to beat your competitors, even if he is a teammate. At this point, being rattled here, just trying to keep it together. So at this point, I think I do bring it to the pits, so we'll fast forward it to the pit area. There we go. So pitting it on lap 9 here. Still turned up, I think, to Rich. 2 laps of fuel. Of course, as soon as I come out, I think I'm just going to ride around for the rest of the 20 laps here and just get the race done. And then, although I think my pits are telling me keep pressing because I can catch this guy, and I think that was actually my teammate. Can't quite keep it in the yellow line there, so white line rather. Maybe another infraction. Okay, so I'm just cruising around here. I think Corey will look for the time split here and fast forward it. Down around fast lap here. So he's 28 seconds up. Eventually, I think I see Corey again. He actually has to take a bio break, so he has to pull it over. Yeah, I see the radio's telling me I can catch him. Keep pressing. At this point, just using it for experience and testing, just try to keep it going. And keep acquiring my no assist skill. So here we'll just speed it up. I think I take that all the way to lap 17. Okay, so back here. Okay, there's Disco now. He's actually in the pits here.
Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying to create the gap. He's running full rev.
Okay, now remember I'm on primes, but I'm still set for a pit stop here at 17 laps. So Eric is going to track me down here. And at this point I felt, well, you know, maybe I can keep pace with him because he wasn't that much faster on the qualifier and even at the beginning of the race, but I think Mughals gave him that special setup, which may give him a little more confidence than perhaps I had. Again, trying to shift up here. I should be in third, just trying to control that wheel spin. I don't know what wheel he's on. I'm assuming he's on primes as well. So at this point, I figure if I can get a gap on him a little bit, or maybe force him into a mistake, I might be able to squeeze 8th. I do have a habit sometimes of, instead of putting my head down and just driving, I'm looking at this little dot back here and kind of distracting me. But you can hear him back there. I know he's back there. See the indicator on here. Keep it tight there. Curves it right here. It's always different when you're driving and someone's ahead of you and you're able to push yourself, but it's hard to push yourself when someone's climbing you and take a little wide there. Yeah, he controls himself. I give him the line at this point. I already went off the track it on, so I give him the racing line here. Okay, so Eric just checks out at this point. And again, there's a gap here. We're going to go into pits. Okay, there's the pit stop there. So we come out here, we'll get right to the end of the race here. Yeah, I think it's showing Corey here. Now, I think he pulled over and had a bio break, so he gave up 45 seconds there. And we'll take it right to the end of the race here if we can. In the remaining minutes here. And I tried catching Corey. I think it was actually on that second last lap. Kind of fast forward here. Right here. Hit DRS, watch. Oh. And that was my race. Let's watch it again. Watch it right here. I get the run on them. DRS it here. I just turned the wheel a little too much on the grass, and there it goes. So that was my race. So there we are in about 15 minutes. We'll see you next week, and thanks, everybody.